Put him in charge. Let
Listen,
him run the show.
we had some technical difficulties a second ago, so I'm not gonna do some fake conversation where we're just gonna keep it rolling. Welcome everyone to the Pass the Controller podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest video games in nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about technical difficulties too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm joined by the man himself. Some may call him Mike.
Some may call me Mike. That's true.
I don't honestly. I have to restart the intro. My brain just short circuited. I don't know what just happened. I don't even think I said my name. I'm your host, Brenden. Joining me, of course, is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Some may call him Martini Mike. Others may call him the Canopy Lake Crusher. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Well, let's say good.
Okay. Also joining us tonight, of course, is the Disney daddy himself, Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing tonight? I'm all over the place. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're throwing a wrench in the old intro here.
I know.
Let's just say I'm fine.
Okay. And rounding us out, of course, is everybody's favorite coach, the Fortnite father, Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing?
You might have to remove the Fortnite father after this season.
Oh, why? They already nerfed the cars. Why do you care?
I actually kind of was getting into the cars a little bit.
See,
but,
I fucking knew you'd turn around, and then Freddie Fortnite, fucking big old epic, said, "Oh, Todd doesn't like the cars. Let's nerf him out of the way." And now Todd's all mad about it.
I am.
We got a great show for you tonight. We're going to talk about whose pick was this? Todd's?
Fine.
Yep.
Yes.
Todd's movie pick for May, which was Sicario. So if you have not watched Sicario, or you don't want to listen to us talk about Sicario, this is your cue to leave, because in a few moments we're going to be talking nothing but Sicario. So last chance, spoilers incoming. Anyways, before we jump right into that, Mike is hot and ready. Mike texted us last night, excited to drop the June movie pick that is his. He's already ready to go. I've never seen Mike more amped to pick a movie, I don't think.
I suppose that's true. This is the first time I've had a movie ready
Locked
to
and
go.
loaded, yeah. So, Mike, why don't you reveal to the listeners out there what the June movie pick is? And I don't want to hold it, because by judging how I am already hosting this show tonight, we will definitely forget to talk about the movie. So, what is your June pick?
Apparently the only other movie I watched in 2023, which is Godzilla -1.
It is now available on Netflix. Is it also buy and rent too? Can you do that?
I think so.
Yeah,
So
I think
weird.
it was everything the other day.
Okay.
It's so weird that you guys
Yes,
are talking
sir.
about this, and you picked this because I was telling Liam about this movie because he's obsessed with anything Godzilla right now, or King Kong. And I looked on Apple whatever shop, and it was nowhere to be found. So this must have been just happened,
It's-
random,
It literally
It's on
happened
there, right?
last night.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on there right now.
and just
It's the first thing that pops up when you open Apple now.
Yeah.
I'll have to
So,
watch this tomorrow now. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, I can't watch it. Liam can't read. No, he can read, but that's gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know if it's dubbed or not.
I would rather watch.
Yeah, I feel like this movie needs to be watched with subtitles. The actual title, Mike, is Godzilla -1, correct? Like the word spelled out. Just so I put it in my
Yes.
my notes. Okay, cool. So that's the June pick. So you got a nice full long month to watch Godzilla -1 before we talk about it at the end of June. I'm excited. I was telling Mike earlier. Mike and I were talking earlier, and I think Mike. I'm just gonna call it. We're halfway into the year. We're gonna talk about Sicario in a second. I think Mike's had the best picks this year so far. I think Mike's
What's his
lead.
first
I
pick?
think Mike is leading the
What was his
league right
first pick?
now, probably year over year with best picks overall. I think if I really
What
had to go back, the year
So-
we do this every fucking time.
Yeah, do it.
Just something
I
to
have
your
a
first
list.
pick. That's it.
The year so far is January Todd holdovers, which I loved. February Mike, the creator / Mute Mayhem. Creator fine, Mute Mayhem banger. March Dom Poor Things. Me April Ghost in the Shell, which I did enjoy. May Todd Sicario. but I mean, I haven't watched Godzilla yet. But I feel like Mike's picking bangers. Like I'm excited to watch Godzilla.
I actually really like the creator too. Like
I think it was
thought that
bad. I think it was bad. It's just like I was excited to watch Mutant Mayhem. I'm excited to watch Godzilla.
That movie's just like top, like S tier. Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah, these were all films that I watched last year in theaters. And I was like, oh yeah, these are really good movies.
Yeah.
But
No one
nobody
else-
besides me goes to movies, so
We've gotten much more contemporary this year.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, besides Brenden picked a '90s movie, but
I will say though, this year overall, I think is probably our most, in my opinion, our most solid year. Rounded out. I feel like we've picked some pretty good movies.
sounds good.
I've got one more. I got one more pick in the
Okay,
year. So,
all right, sounds good.
I can screw it up. I can pick.
I got one more.
Oh, don't worry, Mike. Don't worry, Mike. I
can
think
do
I'm
Dead
next
Reckoning.
month.
Oh boy, Dom
You
is
need Dead
July.
Reckoning Part 1.
Dom is July. So it looks like we're getting some fireworks. Anyways, before we hop into our thoughts on Sicario, a couple of quick housekeeping things. This episode, of course, this week is sponsored by Pass the Controller. If you're a friend of the show, fan of the show, you want to support the show, tons of ways to do that. But one of the most important things you can do is leave us a quick 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to the show. It's super beneficial in helping us grow the show. And if you like the show, it's a no-brainer. Drop us that 5-star review because we love to see the great words, but it really does help us grow the show. If you have money kicking around and you want to support us, you can go to passthecontroller.threadless.com, get some swag. You can go to passthecontroller on social media and follow us. That's not money, but that's another way to support us. You can go to patreon.com/passcontroller, become a patron, and you can go to twitch.tv/passcontroller and subscribe to us over there. But even if you don't have bucks, you can still follow us on Twitch. You can still follow us on our YouTube channel. All those things, super helpful. We appreciate you if you take the time to do that. Lastly, Dom, you got something?
I just ran a test run on Netflix. It looks like you can listen to it in English.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I'll
I
be
wonder
able
who
to do
does
that
the voice cast for the English one.
No one's talked about it, so maybe they just got. I feel like for an animated film, they make a bigger deal out of, casting big names for theatrical releases. Like, oh, we got, Robert Pattinson, we got Christian Bale, someone else who didn't play a Batman. I don't know. They do that.
Yeah.
But for a live action thing, they might just go, all right, we'll just get voice actors.
I don't know, though. Maybe not, because, like...
I could be wrong. I can't think of the last time I saw something.
It's an Oscar-winning film, you know what I mean? Like, there might be people that would be excited to do that, maybe? I don't know. Not to say that wouldn't mean voice actors, but I wonder if any other, like, not typically known as voice actors decided they wanted to do it. But anyways, yeah, that's good for people that don't want to read or kids, because I actually don't know. My nephew loves Godzilla, like obsessed with Godzilla. Like,
yeah, it's like wild how much kids love that.
But
shit.
he's been obsessed with Godzilla for a long time. Like, he has so many Godzilla toys. I got him for his birthday. Oh no, for his birthday last year? I think so. I got him a like this nice thick like Godzilla. It was like not a Godzilla art book, but it was like for basically every Godzilla movie up until whenever that book was like first published, has like all the movie posters and movie art, concept art, and like details about the movie and production and whatever, and like that version of Godzilla. And he's a young kid, like it's but he's really into it. So I don't know. I know I'm pretty sure my brother took him to see Godzilla -1, but I don't know if he liked it, because I don't know if, like, he's so little. Like, I don't know if young kids want to read subtitles in a movie. I have no idea.
Also, like, wasn't.
I doubt it.
I wouldn't call it like a fun kids Godzilla movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But are any of them? I'm like, so I don't think I've ever actually watched a Godzilla movie.
Well, I'd say the most recent
the last
legendary
two,
movie.
the last
yeah,
two have been very like
just like
kaiju
action
battles.
movies. Yeah,
like,
big kaiju.
Anyways.
Yeah,
I'm excited to watch Godzilla. I think it will be the first time I watch a Godzilla film. At least the Godzilla film in its entirety.
You didn't see the Bryan Cranston one when they like rebooted it?
Oh, yeah, I did see that movie.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone saw it just because Bryan Cranston was in it. Like, oh, sold. You know, it's like it's
It
the
had,
peak of like.
it had
Jokes on
Quicksilver in
them.
it too, right?
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
and
Uh,
Elizabeth
and
Olsen.
Scarlet Witch. Yeah, they were like both in there.
Oh, I don't remember if I read. Yeah, I don't. I
They
honestly.
were a married couple in the movie.
Yeah, but I forgot I saw that movie. That's how much that movie's removed from my brain. I actually think I did see Godzilla 2000, so maybe I've seen that. But
Godzilla 2000 was bad.
it had a banger soundtrack.
Yeah, but the
though.
soundtrack was.
That
Soundtrack
soundtrack.
was great. Actually, you know what? Diddy was all over that soundtrack.
Yeah,
so
Diddy
fuck Diddy.
was.
Fuck Diddy. Anyways, on to Sicario. As we do with every movie episode, we start with box office. With a budget, according to Box Office Mojo, of $30 million. This was, who's it? Todd's pick. Todd, what are you thinking? Todd, what are you thinking it did for a worldwide gross?
I'm not thinking it did anything crazy. I'm gonna say it's like an art house R-rated movie.
I'll give you this. I believe it was a. Actually, I have no idea. I'm not going to give you anything. Sorry.
Yeah, don't even bother.
I was going to say I believe it was not a limited release, but I think it was like not a huge. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I thought I looked it up earlier, but I don't know.
What was his movie before? I'll say 60 million.
Okay. Mike, what do you think?
Was Prisoners before this?
Yes, that was a movie before this. Prisoners, this, and Arrival, I believe.
Okay. You said 30 million for the budget.
30 million. Todd said 60. It ran in theaters from September 2015 to January 2016.
Worldwide.
This was like I feel like it was like a Furiosa kind of thing where like it got like critically acclaimed, but like like people saw
it got a sequel
without Villeneuve.
Yeah, without him, but like clearly it must have
the main actors.
Yeah, but it clearly must have gotten. It was like popular enough for them to say like, hey, let's do another one. So you said 60. I'm gonna go 80.
Okay. Tom, what are you feeling?
I was gonna say triple budget, so I was gonna go 90.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna stick 90.
Okay. Mike is the closest with 84.87 million. Mike's at 80, so pretty dead on. And then we are gonna swing over to the old. Did I close out of that window? I closed out of the wrong window. Rotten Tomatoes. What are we thinking the old Sicario has? Todd.
I'll go 93.
What about audience?
90.
93.90. Mike, what about you?
I'm gonna go. I do feel like it's gonna be an 80-90 kind of deal.
I feel like, no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, the question is, I think audiences probably liked it just as much as the critics did.
Yeah,
so
I think it's probably in line.
Let's say like 90. You know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to say 90. Wait, Todd, what'd you say again?
93.90.
Okay, I was going to say 93.95.
Okay, but you said 90.
No, I was starting to say 90, and then I stopped myself to ask that question.
Okay, so what are you going to say?
93.95.
93.95. Okay, Don, what about you?
I oddly was going to also do 93 before Todd even said it. I'm not going to have all three of us guess 93.
That's fair.
A lot of points on the line here for this one.
Yeah. I'm going to go 94, and I'm going to go 86.
Okay. Damn, Dom, you almost had the double here if you went lower, not higher. So them two tied on the critic with 92, but Dom almost on the money with an 85 audience score.
Okay, that makes sense.
I feel like you always have to take like 5 points off
for one of the
critic
other
to audience.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I want to say that there are certain types of movies that will just by default have a better audience.
Yeah,
a crappy.
Well, I feel like if the critics,
swing.
I feel if the critics tank something, then the audience score is generally pretty high.
Yeah, right, for real.
So yeah, this was all of our first times watching this film besides Todd, right?
Yes.
Todd, when's the last time you watched this? Do you know?
Probably like a couple years ago.
Has your opinion changed on the film with a new viewing of it?
Yeah, no, I still love it. Honestly, like, it's funny because when I watched it, I was like, I'm just gonna watch like a little bit of it because I got a bunch of shit to do, and I ended up watching the whole thing. It sucked me right back in because it has been a while since I watched it, but yeah, no, I still enjoyed it quite a bit.
I'm sorry, you picked the movie and you were not going to actually watch the movie.
No,
are
I'm
we
saying
doing?
it's. Wait, what do you mean? That
Is that not what Todd just said?
He said that he was going to just watch a little bit of it. So my guess is
no,
that he
no,
planned on coming
sorry.
back to it.
Yeah, no, I meant that like I was like I had like a little bit of time where I was like,
Oh, I
fuck,
got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
sorry.
not
Okay.
like
Yeah,
chip
the
away
first
at
hour.
it.
in.
I get why that's not the way it did though. But yeah, no, and then I got sucked in and watched the whole movie when I was supposed to be doing something else,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck. Yeah.
No, I do that with some of the movie picks, especially if they're longer movies. I might like watch
like
them in the
over an
chunk.
hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they're over an hour.
I was up at 6:30 this morning, so I was like, fuck. No, I'm just fucking watching.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this movie was too long. There's a little bit of bloat in the middle, I think. But
That's like 2
I
hours.
don't think the movie was too long. But
It was like 2 hours, which was pretty good.
when I turned the movie on, the first thing I did was pause it and look at how long it was, and I went, "Fucking 2 hours." Listen, there's some
feel like
bloat.
2 hours
There's
is
some
like
bloat in the middle.
a-
2 hours is normal.
2
at
hours
this
is like
point.
a regular,
it's normal at this
regular
point.
run for a movie.
But I was kind of hoping because it's like 2015. I was hoping it would be like maybe an hour 30, hour 45. How much they really fucking do in this movie? Because at this point, I still didn't really know what the movie was about. I think we glazed over something when Todd picked it. I might have looked at something and be like, oh, it's an assassin
you
movie
looked
or
up the
something.
definition of Sicario.
Of
I
Sicario.
think.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Which-
usually at the beginning of the movie.
It tells you, yeah, it's the first.
Yeah,
yeah.
Any other broad thoughts on the film before we jump in, Mike? What are your overall thoughts on this one?
Good movie. Good movie. I feel like it reminds me of something else, but I can't quite put together. Other than,
You remind me of my daughter that fell in a vat of acid.
yep, you saw the bones come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As a Rick and Morty thing that I
yeah,
don't think
right.
anyone
I got it.
season.
I know. I was gonna say it too.
Are the bones money?
There we go. We're really banging on all. We're all firing on all cylinders here, getting all the references.
Ooh,
in.
money.
I'll gladly
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike, I had to-
tomorrow.
Sorry, Mike, I had to bring it around town.
Damn.
All right, we're all done.
Yeah, well, that's all of them. Anyway, yeah, it was good. Yeah, I don't know. It
Okay.
was good.
Well, you know what's crazy is that like when Brenden said it was like a $38 million budget, and I'm like, it just shows you like you can make fucking. You don't need these fucking bloated budget movies all the time that you get and just fucking put together something for 36.
They could have put
like,
some more budget into that night vision scene.
Nah, I feel like they wanted you to feel like you were really in night vision,
Oh.
like you're really Spider-Man.
What about you, Dom?
I enjoyed it.
You didn't think it was too long or anything?
I
Could've
didn't
been
say it
a
was too
little
long. I did not say it was too long. I just, when I opened it up and saw 2 hours, I was like, no. I didn't say it was too long. I do think there's a little bit of bloat in the middle, but
I don't think you could take anything out of that movie though. Like I think everything's pretty
Yeah.
like pertinent to the story. Because I know what you're gonna say, and I think that part's too important to the overall
well,
story.
what am I going to say? What part?
The Bernthal scene, or no?
No, I wasn't going to say that. That's like
Oh, okay.
like very important to the plot. Of the
Yeah,
movie.
but I don't know. I don't know if like but it's super important to the movie, but it kind of seems like disconnected from the movie in some ways too, because like they're actually relaxing, and this movie's so fucking tense.
Well,
Basically,
I
like,
think that's why that scene does. And now we're just jumping all over the place. I think that scene does double duty with that because
Yeah.
I think for the rest of the movie you're a little on edge. You're also like for most of the movie maybe not fully sure what is actually fucking happening. But we'll get into these scenes as we get further into the conversation. But my overall thing was I enjoyed it for the most part. I think the acting is what carries this movie. I think this movie
Easily, yeah.
has phenomenal performances, and I will say, I think that some of the, not all of it, because there are some parts where I'm just like, oh my god, but there are some like cinematography choices in the movie that I really like. There are some that I were just whatever, boring, didn't care for, but there were like some good scene transitions and like certain things that like kind of flowed
the
into each
score
other.
to And the
so
score makes
nicely.
it seem dreadful. Like the score is just like ugh, like dread. Like
Yeah.
every time they show the panned out scenes of like going over like the desert or like certain parts of like that area, and it's just like playing that like bassy music. You're like, ugh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like Prisoners all over again, but like not as bad.
Yeah, there was like one specific scene where, because like even again, like you're thrown into not really knowing. So I don't want to get into it yet. I'll say this: I liked the movie overall. I enjoyed my time with it, but we can just
Roger Deakins. Roger Deakins did the cinematography too. Who's like the guy who's won every fucking Oscar ever.
phenomenal. It is really good
Yeah.
in most scenarios. I really liked a lot of the
Yeah.
shot choices, and just not even that, just like scene transitions. Like there's a specific
Yeah.
scene where it's focused on, how does it start? It's like whatever happens, it cuts back to the like cop that is like a crooked cop in Mexico with his son, and they're like in the bedroom having a conversation or whatever, and then like it's like a snap cut from that to Emily Blunt's character Kate, like waking up out of bed, like dealing with the shit that happened, the previous night, previous day, whatever. And then it's a quick, like these are like quick scenes. They're not like drawn out scenes. They're like quick snap, and then it snaps again to like Kate and Reggie pulling into whatever parking lot, and like doors open, slam. It's just like quick little snappy snaps, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. There's a few different times throughout the movie where it has that like you're getting these like juxtapositions of all of the characters in this thing that are dealing with the same thing in different, obviously different regions and stuff, but like they're dealing with all of the same shit, but just like in a different way. Like the cop guy is like, he's obviously working for the cartel, but he's also like, because I'm pretty sure in that scene, son wakes him up with eggs. Like I remember the whole scene. He's like wakes him up with eggs. He's like, Papa huevos, and I forget. I don't know those characters' names. I don't even know if they ever say their names.
I think the cop's name is Silvio, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the cop's name is Silvio. I don't know if we probably got the kid's name, but I don't remember the kid's name.
You don't really get much on them. But
Yeah.
like,
So he eats up and he's like, he asks like, oh, is there jalapenos in this? And he starts eating it. And then the kid, like that kid, even though he's barely in the movie, he like acts really well in that scene because he like goes to touch his father's gun, and he's like completely like goes from being like soft, warm father to like snaps immediately, like never fucking touch that, like blah blah blah, all this stuff, and then it goes from that and cuts right to Kate, and it's just I don't know. There's something about these like mini, very well acted, poignant scenes that kind of just cut across. That I enjoyed, but pulling it back to the beginning of the movie, I'm not gonna lie. When this movie started, and it was like immediate. No, it was like immediate action. Like, what is not heist? What is the
what like SWAT? Yeah,
like
yeah.
what is that? That's like that's a thing. What the fuck is that called? A raid. Yeah, that's what the word I was trying to think of. It's like cuts to that. It's a raid. Did you say that, Mike?
I did.
Oh,
like several times.
When Todd said SWAT, then I didn't hear you. It must have cut out on my side. I was like immediately that whole beginning scene. I was like, oh, this is gonna be just like a lot of like cop SWAT fucking action drama, and I was dreading watching the rest of the movie. I was like, this is not what I want to fucking watch. Like, this is the movie I've heard people fucking blow for fucking 8 years. And because like Todd has always brought this movie up, other people like that we worked with at like the restaurant and stuff, like people have always talked about this movie very highly. And then thank fucking God, it immediately switches from like, this is not just like cop raid shit. It's like shotgun blast into the wall. Fucking Danny Kaluuya's character Reggie walks in, and he's like, everyone's looking at the guy that they shot, and he's staring into the hole in the wall because it's like, no, there's some fucking other shit going on here. And that's when, like, I think immediately it's like, okay, this is not going to be that. This is like gonna be.
I love how
something
that's
else.
like Arizona. It's Arizona too. Like you could get like lost in the moment and be like, "Oh, they in Mexico?" You know, that kind of thing. But it's like, "Oh, you're in Arizona. You're in the United States." Fucking
Yeah.
that whole beginning scene. And it's like,
It was good. Fuck, I was just gonna say something else and I just lost my train of thought. But so the other thing I appreciated is I feel like in this scene and then pretty much for the rest of the movie, it seems like for the most part, and then obviously Reggie is on Kate's side, but it seems like for the most part, everyone else kind of knows what the fuck's going on, but Kate does not, and obviously Reggie does not to an extent. So the viewer gets kind of like transplanted as Kate because it's like you are just you're kind of in the dark with her through like you are getting things revealed to you the same time that she is, so you're kind of in the same boat as her, where it's like she gets pulled into that office with fucking the whatever CIA team, and it's like they all know what's going on, and they are still keeping her in the dark the whole time. So it's like you are continually. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Did you guys all know that like that's what it was?
Even when they're telling you the truth, you're like,
Yeah.
You know, like it's like but Josh Brolin's so good in this movie too. He's like so fucking good in this.
Yeah. When she looks back, when she gets called in, comes back out, and her and Reggie are like, what the fuck are they? Like, what's going on in there? And she looks over, and then it pans down to his feet, and he's wearing fucking sandals. I'm like, this movie is fucking off the wall. But like that's like how I think those are like the types of shots that like fucking sell the movie for me, where it's like, okay, because that's what you'd fucking be doing if you're sitting there like trying to size these people up. Who the fuck are these people?
It's the same thing as like when they're in the like task force meeting, the first one, and like Benicio del Toro sitting in the back of the room, and she like keeps looking over at him. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is this guy doing
here?
here?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because I'm like he played it. He's fucking ridiculous.
So
like
good.
to the point where it's
he's
like
fantastic in this movie.
I'm like, do I need to watch like all of Benicio del Toro's movies? Because he's
a lot of them you should.
ridiculous.
I mean, at some point
maybe pick a Benicio del Toro movie.
He's saying that in a way that kind of
no, that's
Antonio Banderas. Yeah, that's Antonio Banderas.
Is he in Shrek?
Usual Suspects. No.
Oh no, I have.
I was gonna pick Usual Suspects.
Which one are you thinking? Because kind of curious.
No,
there's another movie.
No,
Fear and Loathing is probably his like best performance. I think
that's a pretty good one.
But yeah, he's got a bunch of good ones.
Oh, he's in the French Dispatch.
He's in Traffic as well. I gotta watch the French Dispatch.
Did I watch Traffic?
Reptile, French Dispatch, Sudden Move, Dora and the Lost City of Gold, Escape from Death. Oh, it's a TV show. Sicario sequel. MCU stuff. Last Jedi, of course.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic in that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that character. Well, I forget about a lot of the Last Jedi.
I don't know what movie Dom's referring to then, because I'm looking at his films. It must be something I don't know.
You're looking much too recent.
Okay.
Oh, you want
Sin City? I've never seen
way
it.
back.
I've never seen Sin City.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Snatch, Fear and Loathing, Joyride.
I think I watched Snatch.
Excess Baggage, The Funeral, The Fan.
I've definitely brought this up before. So.
Basquiat.
You're
Kingsman, Fallen Angels, Usual Suspects, Tales
Todd,
from the Crypt. That's a TV show. Swimming with Sharks, China Moon, Fearless, Golden Balls, Money for Nothing, License to Kill.
It's his first role, so I'm just letting Brenden read all of them.
Oh, Big Top Pee-wee?
Oh, yeah,
Big Top Pee-wee? Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, how did I confuse him with Antonio Banderas? I don't even know if I know any Antonio Banderas movies.
Puss in
You
Boots.
do.
Oh, Puss in Boots, yeah.
Zorro.
He was in the Spy Kids movies.
Yeah, I've seen Zorro. I've not seen that, Mike.
Wow, Brenden, you're fucking whack.
I didn't say I wasn't whack. I don't need to go through his movies, but yeah.
Maybe I'll do a triple feature, Mike.
The first three Spy Kids?
Spy Kids 2, Spy Kids 3.
Don't make me watch those.
Spy Kids 3D, game over.
Pulling it back to what we're actually trying to talk about here. Yeah, Benicio's fantastic in this movie. And that scene when they're in that meeting is... Because, like, when you first get introduced to that character, like, Kate is obviously thrown into a situation where she doesn't know fucking anything that's going on, but she seemingly wants revenge for the people that got blown up in that first opening scene. So she's hungry to, go after the people that were, quote unquote, behind this. And when you get introduced to Benicio, I think for the first time is on the plane, right? On the plane ride.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Where she's already thrown for a loop because they're saying they're going to like El Paso, I think, and then end up in Guadalajara. No, Juarez. And on the plane, like she asks Matt. Is Matt his name? Is Matt?
Yes.
Brolin. Okay. Yeah. He's asking Matt for like. What do you mean? We're like, because he's like, oh, have you been to Juarez before? And she like looks over at him, and he's fucking got his shoes off and sleeping. And
right, his shoes off.
I think the best line in the film happens on the plane. Mike said it to me earlier. I think it's the best line in the movie.
You're asking me how a watch works. I'm not gonna do the whole line.
That's the come on, Mike.
You're asking me how a watch works. Just keep your eye on the time.
It's such a good fucking line. He has all the best scenes in the movie. He's the best actor in this movie.
Yeah.
Everything about him is the best fucking part of this movie. The
scene.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say we don't have to get into detail, but skipping way ahead to the end when he gets to the person he's trying to kill, that scene is fucking bonkers. But go.
One of my favorite endings of all time. I was gonna say the scene when he goes and waterboards the guy, and he's just like gets up and he's like wants to establish dominance, and he's like got his like he's like straddling him, and he gets closer and closer, and like because the guy's like clearly frightened of him. Like once he realizes who's in there, and it's just so good. Everything about it's so good. He goes
in the kitchen and grabs the fucking water cooler. So
right. It's so good. And everyone's just like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
Have fun. Yeah, his character reminds me. The whole portrayal actually reminds me of Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men.
I do. I see similarities, definitely. Yeah. I almost picked that too.
He's by far the best part of the movie.
Yeah. we don't have to dump into the ending scene, but that I think I said this last week. I'm like, that is like one of the best endings I've ever seen, and it's like so shocking.
Or at her apartment.
The apartment's good too, but but that table scene, like before,
Brenden has something negative to say about one of those scenes, apparently.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll get there.
We're already there. We're there now.
We're there.
We skipped the rest of the movie. I will just say, I think that the movie could have ended better if it ended without the apartment scene.
No, because like she's fucking like.
So okay,
the movie is about her. So
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts with her and ends with her.
I think Mike and I disagree on that. It ends with the kid on the soccer field.
Well, I think that's just a cycle of where they live and like how like gunshots are normal. Okay, fucking let's go on. Keep on playing soccer kind of thing. Like, this is where we live.
Then it doesn't start with her either. It starts with a guy watching TV inside the house.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's part of the raid team,
I didn't say that.
The story is about her, though. It's about her, like, it's her and a corollary to, like,
it's about
the drug
her,
game.
It's about her, but she is not, like, she isn't driving the story forward in any way.
She's just being used, basically.
She's just being used.
I think the story is about Alejandro. I don't even think the story is about, like the plot is focused on the cartel, but I think that the movie is actually about Alejandro's arc in the film. I think you follow him. He has a complete arc through the movie, where I don't think any other character has that. I think that Matt, Josh Brolin character, like, so I said this to Mike earlier, both Daniel Kaluuya and Josh Brolin both, like, I think their final scenes are at the end of the tunnel scene.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't get, like, they served their purpose in the plot. They don't get more
Yeah,
closure.
they're just supporting characters. Like very clearly, those two are supporting characters.
It's not to say that Kate is not like main character A, main plot B, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I think that Alejandro has a full arc in the thing, unless you want to argue, because I guess the point of it for me that I was, because this is what I said to Mike earlier. I was like, Mike, what did you think of the end of the movie? Am I missing something? Like, is there something that I didn't get? Like, am I missing something? Because I guess I was just confused with specifically Kate's conclusion, her story, which is her story. So the whole movie, her motivation is that she wants revenge. She wants to bring justice to the people that did something. No?
But
I just think she's in over her head, and like
she wants to do it by the book.
Yeah, she wants to do it by the book. So like her conclusion is that she's decided to not be by the book.
Correct.
Oh, she can't. Oh, she's gonna get
she's
shot in the face.
She's learned that.
Yeah.
She's learned that to meet her end, she can't follow the book anymore.
Yeah.
And her turning the gun on Alejandro and like not shooting, like him looking at her and like her not pulling the trigger was her like this is it. I can't go by the book anymore.
And that goes back to the whole "don't ever pull your gun on me" kind of thing. And she pulled her gun on him again, kind of thing, and he let it go.
That scene where he fucking shoots her in the vest.
So good, though. So good.
Catch your breath and get out of here.
He's so fucking good in this movie. He's like, and again, I think everyone does a great job in this movie. He's untouchable in this fucking movie. Like, his scenes are so much more powerful than everyone else's.
He usually is, man. He usually steals most of the movies he's in. If
It's
he's like
wild.
a side character.
To be fair, I feel like every actor plays their character. Like
they do.
The role that they're intended
100%.
to play.
They play it very well. Yeah.
Like Benicio del Toro is super powerful, but like Josh Brolin as like
amazing,
the laid back like asshole like know it all, like he's like perfect in this movie too.
No, they all do well.
There's Burn Notice guy.
What's the guy from? Burn Notice. That guy was great in this movie. Like, you know, I was like, he had like a little teeny role, and like the guy with the glasses,
the guy with the mustache, yeah.
And that highway scene, how good is that highway scene?
I was trying to remember what I knew him from.
Right. How good is that highway
for like
scene
5
though?
minutes, so I like forgot about it.
When they're like looking at the two cars and everything, that whole scene is so good. So tense.
The whole scene, all the way through Mexico. It's like, all right,
it's great.
The Mexicans are diverting us. Like stand by, and like you're like watching like this whole thing.
You're just like, where's it gonna come?
And every time she like looks to the left, and like that off in the distance car following the group of cars. It's that there's a lot of suspense, and not like a it's just it's like it has its moments of suspense.
That scene, that like sequence of scenes is I think the first time that she like breaks her code and she like gets all pissed off about it. That's when she starts smoking again.
Yeah.
She sees somebody in the rearview mirror like aiming a pistol at her, and she turns around and just shoots him, and she like immediately is like, fuck, like why the fuck do I have to like go against like everything that I stand for, essentially? Like she immediately like freaks out, and when they get back she's like all pissed off. She like picks up smoking again. Like that's like the start of her turn.
Yeah. And
like not even her turn, but like of her.
It's also
like,
when she lets her guards down. It's like she lets her guard down at that point too, kind of. You know,
I will say, I'm a little confused by the highway scene, because at that point they have the person that they're taking. Mm. They pass through to the U.S., right? They pass through border control. How the fuck did all of those other cars with weapons? They're
in between. They went through the Mexican side. They have not gone through the U.S. side.
Okay, that's why I was a little confused. I was like, "There's no fucking way."
And remember that Benicio del Toro's character says, "Don't trust state police."
Yeah.
I don't remember if they show state police like passing cars through the border, but like, it's essentially like he's like telling you like, just because it says police on the side of the car doesn't mean you can trust them. Like. They're still letting people through the border, even though they're like loaded with fucking weapons.
Yeah. That was a suspenseful scene. I think it gets amplified by like the rules of because like the rules of engagement seemingly change throughout the movie, where it's like on the raid.
There are no rules.
They're
they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, I mean, there were rules on the border highway. They were like, we cannot fire our guns until they fire their guns.
Just mimic them. If they move, we move.
Yeah, but that's not how the end of the movie is, because the end of the movie I'm saying like the rules of engagement continue to get muddier and muddier as the movie goes on, which I think is the point. I think it's the point.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
they get muddier as Kate loses her.
This fucking guy.
No,
so you're right. You are right.
Yeah. The first time she shoots, like they're like, all right, like nobody takes it. Like we're going by the book. Like nobody takes a shot until they shoot at us. And like she, even at that point, she's like, I don't like this is all fucked up. And then like as it gets worse, like by the end of the movie, we're just firing weapons at everybody.
Yeah,
like we're just raiding this thing and like shooting down everybody.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It was good. I think that like the movie does a good job too of like keeping you in the dark enough. Again, kind of the same level of where Kate's knowledge of what's going on is at, and I think it sort of hides certain things in plain sight, or just kind of keeps enough things unclear that like, you know, they establish up front Benicio del Toro's character does not work for like United States, does not work for Mexico. He's Colombian, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah, he's a defense department
like a prosecutor.
Yeah.
No, but at the beginning they're calling him a DOD liaison or something.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I think they leave a slight level of like, you know, who is this character beholden to? Where do their true motivations lie? Can they turn on us? Can they turn on, like, you know what I mean? Like, where do their, and I think you still kind of get lingering moments of that up until the tunnel, because even in the tunnel, it's like you get the snap, he shoots Kate, where it's like, oh shit, he shot Kate, but he shot her in a place where, you know, it wouldn't hurt her. It would just immobilize her for a second. And then he takes the you know, the undercover or whatever, the crooked police officer in the car and speeds off. And maybe I missed like something leading up to that made it very clear what he was supposed to be doing. But I think if I miss something, then I'm just speaking out of my ass here. But I don't think that like what Alejandro's like purpose was in the tunnel scene was made clear to the viewer beforehand, right?
No, it was supposed to be murky because we get told, as Kate gets told, that like he is a Colombian, and
so like even in that moment you might think like, what the fuck is he going to do?
Our first inclination is Silvio turns around and goes, Medellin?
Yes.
And that's like, wait a second, what the fuck are we doing now? Like,
yeah. So like I like that they kind of left some of that, like you don't, you know, fully know what's going on. You still don't. I feel like I still always had like, you know, an eyebrow raised for Matt, because I feel like Matt was also like, again, if he worked for the CIA, he's gonna be doing shit. So like, you know, you don't really know exactly what's going on. Reggie clearly is like Kate in the sense that like he's like, nah, don't fuck with these guys. Like I don't trust these guys. Like they're using us. Especially once Reggie finds out that they're being used, he's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like we're just a pawn for them. Like we're just part of this machine. But everything after the tunnel scene is fucking cinema. It's so fucking good. The scene where he pulls over fucking Miguel.
Yeah, when he has him speak through the cop car and everything.
Yeah, that's great. And like, even just the way that scene is acted, like Miguel's like, you know who the fuck I am. I'm Jefe, whatever. And there's just the right amount of pause in that scene, because even I, sitting there knowing that Alejandro has a gun and he's in the car, he's definitely going to do something to this dude, there's like enough of a pause where it's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, why hasn't he shot anybody yet? What is going on? And then
the screen stays on Silvio for like just an extra second.
Exactly. Yeah, it's such like
just stand there. Yeah, like yeah.
it's because it's like, is Silvio gonna fucking say something? Like, is he gonna like tick him off that there's something wrong here? And then it's like, I'm expecting the way the shot is framed. It's like you get Silvio in the cop car, and I'm just expecting a gunshot through the fucking windshield or something, whatever. Right. And then it's like, no, Alejandro's fucking standing outside with a rifle, and he just pops both of them. And then when he gets to the when he gets to the first guard at the whatever, the fucking estate mansion, whatever. Yeah. I'm like, all right, how are they getting through this? And it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, Miguel, blah, 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 go right in. And it's like, as soon as he fucking turns the radio off, it's pop right in the head. And then leading up to the next gate where he like has the car roll in, and Miguel is dying in the car and he's not in the car. Like, this, all that shit is so fucking good. Like, it's the best parts of the film are when it's Benicio's shit. Like, it's just so
even his slow walk to the family table too, like from far away, and they don't see him still, and he's just like, he's got, it's just
the maid clearly doesn't care. The maid's like, I'm not for this.
Yeah, he turns the gun on the maid, and they just like kind of shrug at each other, like.
That whole scene too is so like on the fucking edge of my seat. Like, Alejandro very clearly not afraid to just fucking kill somebody. He's clearly out to do something right now. He gets to the fucking table. They're all eating dinner. Kid's wife frees up. Do your kids speak English? No. Okay, we'll talk in English.
Then he goes back to Spanish.
I know.
Then he starts talking. He wants the kids to fight. He wants the family to,
it's so good when he sits down at the table and he's like, tell them to keep eating. It's just like, it's like, it's just so fucking good. Were you
expecting the family to get wiped out, or did you think it was just good? Because I think that's what makes that scene so powerful. Like, that scene is just like,
I think that's what speaks to the power of the scene, because you really are left on, at least I was left on edge of like, I don't actually know how this is gonna unfold, to the point of I was like, is he going to make Fausto like say things in front of his kids on purpose so they can see how much of a monster he is or whatever? And or like, I was unsure where it was gonna go, and part of me was like, I don't know, I feel like Benicio probably won't kill the kids. Like, I just feel like that's just not his thing. And when the way he like progresses through the scene, and he purposely kills the rest of them first, so that Fausto has to sit there and just fucking like take that in. That's
so good.
It's
like,
really.
It's like, just go back and like, eat. It's just so good.
It's really good.
And you see basically a cartel crime boss in pure shock and horror, basically, and you don't feel bad for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't. But yeah.
No, especially when he fucking doubles down at the beginning of the scene where he's like, proud of killing his fucking Benicio's family. It's like, it's a crazy scene, to the point where like I get the other stuff that comes after is still powerful and should probably still be there. But if the movie did just end right there, I think it also would have been fucking wild. I think it would have been like a great ending. I don't like, not to say the other stuff, because now that we've talked about it more, like I do kind of agree with Dom. Like, there's a lot more growth from Kate's character that I maybe needed to sit with longer and digest a little bit to pull out. I will say though, with the true final, or I guess we can talk about the scene in Kate's apartment before we get to the true final scene of the film. I know we talked about it a little bit. If no one else has anything to add, we can just go to the final scene.
What are you saying about the kids? Oh, there was one thing I was going to say about the Bernthal scene. I was
over that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's a pretty big part, but like at the same time, I was listening to Bernthal has a really good podcast, by the way. But he was talking about in his podcast when he's in the back seat of the car, and like they have him in there, and I guess he was still an up and coming actor at that point. And Benicio del Toro, when he sticks his finger in his ear,
does
and
that wet Willie?
It's legit. He really did that. It was unprompted. He had no clue that fucking Benicio was gonna do that. Benicio just fucking did that, like off the script, and fucking they kept it in there, and like his reaction's genuine because it really fucking hurt. If you look at his finger, it's fucking deep in his ear too. I was like paying attention to it. I'm like, holy fuck, like that looks like it fucking hurts. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. So because he said he was like, I was still like a new and up and coming actor, so these guys didn't give a fuck what they did.
I mean that is probably a really fucking horrible way to like torture somebody. If you really like shoved your finger through someone's ear hole,
eardrum,
like,
yeah, fucking.
I mean, I don't know enough about Benicio on the set of other movies or this movie, but like the way that he acts, it does seem like a lot of maybe not a lot, but it does seem like he brings stuff to scenes outside of the script, like to the point of when they're waterboarding the guy that they take from fucking Mexico. Was the scene written shove your fucking dick in his face and like stand over him? I doubt it. I fucking doubt it.
Established dominance. He's like a fucking
like it's a powerful scene, but like was
right.
it written that way? I don't know. That's like that seems like something that was like he's just gonna fucking absorb this character and go all in and like become this fucking menace behind the closed doors. The stuff with John Bernthal too, I think is like elevated because we like touched on this, but then I pushed it away. So we'll just dive into it real quick now that we've talked about it more. But like you said, Todd, like that's the only point in the film where it's like there's any sort of like the guard comes down, the edge is off. Oh, okay, cool. They're at a bar, like they're fucking taking a moment to like relax, whatever.
And you trust it because I forget his name, Daniel
Kaluuya. He says he's a good guy. Yes, exactly. Yeah. You are given explicit permission to trust this situation right 100%, now.
Yeah. And it's fucking Bernthal.
The absolute horror that I shared with Kate when they're making out, whatever, and the camera pans and she looks over and sees the fucking bracelet on the table. I was like, holy shit. Like that scene fucking turns into madness after that.
And the fact that Benicio was just letting that happen the whole time and fucking waiting for his moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To be fair, Benicio warned Kate and the viewer
not to go in there.
Don't trust state police.
Oh, and also don't go in the bank too.
Matt said don't go in the bank.
Matt said don't go in the bank. Yeah.
But yeah, no, don't trust state police. There you go. There it is.
We don't talk to police.
But yeah, I mean, anything else to say about the final apartment scene where Benicio shows up, sign the paper, gun to the face. Another well acted scene, and to go up against the some of the more explicit themes of the film, which is like Kate is the quote unquote good cop, by the books cop, whatever. In that scene at the table, she is shown in regular light the whole time. Every time it pans to Benicio, he is shrouded in darkness throughout the whole scene. So it's like the visual of Benicio is this, working in the gray area, not necessarily the quote unquote bad guy, but he is working outsides of the things that, you might, especially a police officer might consider unlawful, whatever. So
yeah, what did he say? This is land of the wolves. Something.
Go find a small town.
Yeah,
but it was another well acted scene. Like the gun under the chin. Kate, you really gonna commit suicide right now? And the two different times him wiping her tear off is like maniacal acting. It's so fucking good.
That probably also was him just doing it.
Yes. Yeah. And it is he is masterclass. Like I need to watch more of his movies because
trust me. We'll watch Big Top Pee Wee. You'll see him be the dog man.
You remind me of my daughter that was thrown into acid. Don't make me shoot your head off.
I did think it was interesting that even after all that, Alejandro still breaks the gun down.
Yeah.
Like, even after everything that they've gone through and he's, like, warned her, like, don't turn your gun on me, he still doesn't trust her to, like, not just turn the gun right on her.
Yeah.
Like, right on him.
It's like, I get it. If I pulled a gun on you, you'd probably pull a gun on me.
Yeah. it's yeah. I mean, it's still a powerful scene, and then the final end moment is Silvio's kid finally getting to play soccer, or at least we get to see him finally play soccer because he asked to play soccer with his dad at least once in the movie. And as Todd said, he's going up to score a goal, and then gunshots stop everything, and pans out to faces, and then just like over the screen it says Sicario, and that's basically the end of the movie.
Then they go back to playing soccer though. It's like the normalization of like those. Yeah. It's just like it's just fucking. It's so good.
The other thing I took from it, which that's probably part of it too, is like, especially because almost all of the main moments of the movie also happen to unfortunately revolve around the jeopardy that the kids get thrown in. The other thing I was like taken from the movie is like all of these people's actions affect not just like communities, geopolitical, whatever. Like they affect their the people that they supposedly care about the most. It affects their kids directly, and it's like fucking Fausto at the dinner table. Please leave my kids alone. Like don't do this in front of my kids. Still kills the kids.
Kids, time to meet God.
Yeah.
Right.
Alejandro's daughter already dead. Worth noting that that I think both Alejandro and Matt ask Kate, "Do you have kids?"
Yes.
Because you choose to involve yourself in this type of world, your kids get involved in one way or another. Whether it's they die or you die, and now they grow up like without you. Like it's kind of back to what Todd said about like cycle of things. It's like that's a different whole other cycle that's also running in this movie of like everything that is happening is affecting everyone. And in the scene at the dinner table where he kills Fausto and his family, it's hard for my brain to not watch that scene and think Alejandro probably doesn't want to kill these kids. The kids did not do anything to him. The kids did not kill his wife and his daughter, but he knows the cycle. The cycle will be, if I kill your father, you are only going to take that and bring it out into the world. So I have to stop this cycle. But
it's like,
I think it's just revenge.
Well, that probably too. But like, I do think that he probably wouldn't kill the kid without that element being a reality.
Like watching your kids die in front of you is way worse than getting shot in the fucking face, and then getting shot on top of that is just like, okay, it's like, it's like the ultimate revenge.
I also think a big part of the last scene, the kid playing soccer, was essentially like everything that we watched and everything that they went through. It didn't change anything.
No, it's not all
there's still drug trade. There's still people shootings. Like, doesn't matter what they do. It's like you said, it's like a cycle. Like,
I forget what movie or game they say is you cut one head off and 3 more emerge kind of thing. Like it's just like doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh Hydra in Captain America, which was
I was gonna say war never changes. That was actually what I was going to say.
It's also worth noting with like the composition of that final scene is Silvio's son is about to shoot a goal. So it's like about to shoot a goal, or you might even kick it and then it pans away, so you don't even know if he actually scores a goal, but the game stops because of the gunshots. And it's like the gunshots can be representative of the fathers in that scenario, or like the things that they're causing, the things that they're a part of. And it's like immediately in that scene, stopping the kid from having any sort of like, win. You know what I mean? Like it's stunting their achievement, their whatever, their happiness, whatever it may be. So I don't know. It's a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. Good pick, Todd.
Finally, Todd picks a good one.
Get happy.
Any other final thoughts on Sicario before we wrap things up here?
Just another Emily Blunt movie I've seen.
Yeah, there you go. That's 3 now. That's 3.
I watched another one too.
What'd you watch?
I watched Fall Guy yesterday.
Was it good?
Oh, how was it? I heard it was awesome.
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
Damn.
I've heard
Dom,
nothing but
Dom
good things
really
about it.
said he's going to be the number one Emily Blunt.
Did you buy it
fan
or
on
did
the
you rent
podcast.
it? Because at this point, like
rented
you might as
it.
well just buy it. Because but it's like 19 or 24, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking buy it, I guess, because it's fucking $5 more. It's like that's always my mentality now. Even if it's like a movie, like I just bought Abigail because I really wanted to watch that movie, and it's like, but it was
Oh
20.
yeah, Abigail. Abigail would have been an interesting film to watch, not knowing
Not
literally
knowing
anything
that, 100% agree. 100%.
But I feel like
Would've been-
it was a hard sell without that element being told. To
Yes,
me,
true. I'm a hardcore Melissa Barrera fan too, so she can do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
Very quickly before I run us up to the game and we get out of here, I have this article pulled up that I forgot to mention earlier. I was gonna actually do something like this for movie films going forward, kind of set the scene for like this movie came out in 2015. Like, what were other good 2015 movies that were out? Whatever. Like, what was the movie climate like that year? And I forgot to do it at the beginning. So we're gonna quickly. I have Empire's 20 best films of 2015.
This movie went up against two big ones, but now I don't remember what they were. I remember reading something that they were like already two big like contenders out at the same time.
Yeah, I guess we could just look at. I didn't even think to look at the Academy Awards. It was nominated 3 times: Best Achievement in Cinematography, Best Achievement in Music, Best Achievement in Sound Editing. But this Empire article has the 20 best movies of 2015.
I guess number one.
We'll work up to Sicario. Where do you all think Sicario lands on this list?
3 or 4, maybe.
I can't think of what else came out in 2015.
I'm pretty sure I know number one though. I think I easily know number
well,
one.
don't say it yet.
Right.
You think it's in the top 10? Sicario.
Yes.
I think it's in top 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I
feel like
again don't know what came out in 2015.
I feel like it could easily get overlooked. But I think
number 20 on this list is Song of the Sea. It's an animated film. Number 19 is Inherent Vice.
I remember the title.
Wasn't
that a Japanese
Joker?
movie?
Paul Thomas Anderson or not? No,
Yeah, it was
the
a
guy who doesn't make bad
Paul
movies.
Thomas Anderson. It's
that one. Yeah.
The guy who did There Will Be Blood. It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
It's got a lot of people in it though.
Number 18 is Brooklyn.
I remember that. I remember someone
Saoirse
watching
Ronan.
that.
Oh, okay.
Number 17 is Macbeth.
Yeah.
Number 16 is Age of Ultron. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's
Actually, I actually like that movie, but I still don't think that.
15 is White God. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Number 14 is Mission Impossible. Mike, you know which one?
2015. That's probably not Rogue Nation. What's Ghost Protocol?
It's Rogue Nation.
It's Rogue Nation.
13 is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
I remember
Never heard of
It has in this picture from the movie, it has fucking. Oh my god, what's his name?
That guy.
Nick Offerman.
Oh.
Number 12 is Birdman. I'm kind of mad that's low. I love Birdman.
Wait,
I would
that's
just
the
like
same
to-
year?
Yeah, that's weird.
Wow.
I would just like to point out that Brenden just had a picture of an actor in front of him. He always says, like, I can't believe you guys take so long at the game. He has a picture of the actor in front of him. He can't think of his name.
Couldn't think of his name. It's true.
Wait, can I guess number one yet? Or?
No. 11 is A Most Violent Year. Oscar Isaac, it looks like. And maybe that's just like a Chastain. Number 10 is Carol.
I don't remember that one either.
That looks
know.
like
Is
the lady that plays
Jennifer
Hella.
Lawrence one? Oh,
Oh.
okay, I know what that one is. Yeah.
No, not Carol.
No, what's her name?
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate
Yeah.
Blanchett.
Number 9 is It Follows. Number 8
That
is
Have
seems
you
like
guys
a
seen-
weird.
have you-
I can't believe that came out the same year as Birdman.
Have you guys seen It Follows, by the way? Because I
I saw
highly
it.
recommend that movie. It's fucking really good.
Number 8 is
And
The
it's actually
Martian.
kind of scary. Okay.
Number 7
that
is Steve Jobs.
Oh, is that
Is
the
that the
one?
Ashton
Ashton
Kutcher one?
Kutcher one?
This picture has Seth Rogen, and I actually have no idea if that's Magneto
Oh,
or not.
it's the Magneto one. It's Magneto one.
Oh, Michael Fassbender.
It's a
Yeah.
side shot of him. I don't know if it's him. It must be.
Yeah,
him.
it's Magneto.
Number 6 is Sicario.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Sicario.
Number
See what's ahead of
5.
it.
Number 5. Force Awakens.
I was trying to remember
Stop
if that was the year that
I
Force
like Force
Awakens came out.
Awakens.
I don't think it's a bad movie, but I don't think that's.
I don't know if
I
it
think
was
this,
better. Yeah, I don't know if it was better than
Yeah,
Sicario.
like
I mean,
I don't think Force
I
number
liked it
one
better than Sicario.
U.S.
Oh, really?
You thought Last Jedi was better than Sicario.
I mean, Last Jedi is a banger. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
what
Maybe
anybody
Brian just
says.
liked Benicio del Toro.
Maybe I'm a big Benny guy. Number 4, I also think is better than Sicario. Ex Machina. I still think
I like
Ex
Sicario.
Machina.
I like Sicario better, but I think Ex Machina is a great movie.
Of all the movies that we've watched for the movie club, I'd have to look at everything in a list. I think Ex Machina is top 3 probably for me. I think. I don't think I'd ever watch that movie again.
You just like
it
watching
fucked me
Oscar
up.
Isaac dance. We get it.
That scene's fucking amazing. But I don't think I've ever watched that movie again. That movie fucked me up. That was like that.
Yeah, I agree.
movie
It's
fucked
probably
me
not a
up.
movie I'd revisit. Just like we get it all.
Number 3 is Pixar. Dom, what do you got? 2015 Pixar.
2015.
Moana?
Is that Inside Out?
Yes.
Yes, that makes sense.
Number 2 is. Well, I guess Todd, what do you think number 1 is?
Mad Max Fury Road.
Number 1 is Mad Max Fury Road. Number 2 is Whiplash.
Wait, I was right.
Yeah. Number 1 is
okay.
Whiplash was that year.
Whiplash same year too. That's a pretty good year actually.
And I think Whiplash was one of the movies that it said like was in theaters when Sicario had come out. I don't know if they came
Mad
out
Max
the same
2015. That was fucking like 9 years ago. That's fucking
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yikes.
Fucking
So
George
Fury Road
Miller.
Took a while, yeah.
George Miller's
week.
just
9 years later,
yeah.
we get a prequel.
But
I mean, how long? Yeah.
There was like a lot of
Fury
like.
Road
There's like a
was-
lot of like shit going around, like that Furiosa like is not doing well at the box office, but Mad Max Fury Road didn't do that well either. It did not do well. It like
Nothing's doing well at the box office right now.
No, but I agree. But like 9 years ago, Fury Road kind of it did 40 instead of 30, and like it has a fan base, but it doesn't have like this like it's basically like an art house action movie.
All right. Let's get into this because we were in actually really good shape to be on an hour, and then that took us down a little bit.
Okay.
Of a road.
We'll be quick. A Fury Road.
So.
Oh, I should have picked Copland. That's my next movie, I think.
What
I'll pick the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Enemy?
No, Let's Be Cops.
No.
Oh,
no. Jake Gyllenhaal.
No,
Jake Johnson.
Prison?
Whatever.
Jake Gyllenhaal. What was the name?
Is he
of that
not
movie?
the guy in Prisoner?
And Michael
He
Pena?
is.
You talking about
Yes.
that one?
Yes.
The Watch. I think it's
The Watch. Yeah. End of Watch. End of Watch.
End of Watch.
Neighborhood
End of
Watch.
Yeah.
Neighborhood Watch. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll mark it down. Neighborhood Watch for July. As we do with every episode, we end with the game. It's a movie episode. We end with the game about movies. That doesn't have a name, I don't think. It probably does. I'd have to find what we actually named it. It was like, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, What's in the Box?
Yeah, it's called What's in the Box? Office.
There it is.
The way this game works is I read things about the film. First person to get the film right gets the point. The leaderboard for the year so far is Dom in first 23. Mike and Todd, week over week now, at least I want to say 3 or 4 weeks, tied up in second.
We all got one last week. So
That's what keeps happening. That's what keeps happening.
I think 2 weeks ago, I think there was like a back and forth.
I got 2 1 week.
Yeah. I think Todd got 2 1 week and Mike got 2 1 week. I
it
think
must
they
have
like
been like 3 or 4 weeks ago then.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been a long road for Todd. Todd has been trailing aggressively all year and crying about it. We've all heard. And now he's finally tied up and he can't actually do anything with that. So with that being said, let's get right into movie number 1. This PG film clocks in at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yikes.
That's too long for Brenden, so he's never watched this movie.
Just say for a PG movie.
2 hours and 20 minutes PG. He intentionally left the year out.
This film has a 95% tomato meter and a 94% audience score.
2 hours and... Wait, is it Mary Poppins Returns?
Incorrect.
I was thinking about saying that, but I was like, I'm not gonna take.
I had to get it.
Is it Into the Spider-Verse?
It is indeed not Into the Spider-Verse.
You asshole.
I was gonna say. Is it Jungle Cruise?
I don't know how long that movie. I didn't think. I'm trying to think of longer kids movies.
Is it Jungle Cruise?
Incorrect. All right, we need to have a conversation here. Who
Right now?
Who do we want to give this point to? The movie is not called Into the Spider-Verse. Do you want to try one more time, Todd, for the point?
Okay.
Is it Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. But like,
well, you didn't. You said Into the Spider-Verse, which is not the name of the movie. So does
I think
Todd
it
get the
needs to
point?
be
Isn't that the
movie
first
then.
one?
No, I mean, yeah, Into the Spiders is the first one, right?
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse is a film. It's the first one.
I know, but I feel like that
You shouldn't have stopped. You shouldn't have stopped it.
Just pick a new one.
I feel like that normally you guys would
I
immediately say the
get what
sequel,
you're saying.
and then when nobody said it, I was like, "This is gonna either go on forever, or gonna be like a Todd's gonna get mad."
I think to be fair, I would pick another one just because.
Okay, I will pick another one. It was Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, you just shouldn't have stopped it.
Yeah,
I would have just let it keep going.
I had a feeling it would have went into like
you would have given us
eternity.
more clues, and then after we were like,
once we got a year or something, we would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe. All right. That's on me. That was the easy mode anyway. So we're gonna just continue to bump the difficulty up. That was the gimme. That was the hey, we're past an hour. Let's.
Damn, I was on point too. That sucked.
I know.
Yeah.
God damn.
All right. This movie number 2, no point. This rated R film clocks in at 2 hours and 10 minutes. My next clue on Across the Spider-Verse was going to be this movie is not too long. It's not long enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I had to scramble to get this new movie up, so I got to open all these tabs.
10 minutes. Rated R.
This film has an
All we know is that it's rated R.
83% tomato and a 69% audience score.
Nice.
With a budget. Oh my god, I do not like when it doesn't list the budget on Box Office Mojo. According to Wikipedia, with a budget of $68 million, this film took in $171 million.
Is it Hereditary?
Incorrect.
Rated R. 2 hours and 10 minutes.
I'm trying to like play off of
What
like
was
audience
the-
perception because audience usually doesn't agree with like really good horror movies. If it is a horror movie, I don't know why I'm going down that road.
Is it
But,
Get
like,
Out?
Incorrect.
No,
What
that
was
that
the,
has way higher. I think. Like I
You
think
just
audience
got me on horror movies and
right. No,
he's
I
in
know.
it.
He didn't even say it's a horror movie either. That's the thing. I'm just
No,
thinking,
but you said
Did
it,
you
and
say
I was
Mike?
like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
shit, let me
Did you
get
say
that
something?
out."
What was the
of the way.
tomato meter
Right.
again?
Sorry, the tomato meter is
Oh, yeah,
closed
that should
out.
have
Let me
threw.
pull it back up.
It was 80 something and 69.
69. I remember. I was trying to remember what the
Yeah,
other one
I
was.
think it was 80 something.
I believe
86.
Dom is right. It is 83.
83. Okay.
That should have clued me off that it wasn't Get Out.
This film has 172 nominations, including 43 wins.
Rated
So I don't
R.
think it's a horror movie. So we can move on from that category.
Um,
Not necessarily.
Maybe. Yeah.
it
Is it?
does not have any Oscar nominations or wins.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that rules out one of the things I was going to guess.
Sorry, I'm just fact checking something really quickly to make sure I didn't misspeak on something. Okay. Yes, it does not have any Oscar nominations. Because it was usually when I click on the awards tab on IMDb, it like pumps Academy Awards always at the top, but it was like listed weird, so I don't know if I clicked on some other sorting thing. I just wanted to make sure I didn't pull something out. Let's see here. Let's go with that. You may know the third billed actor from this film as such things as according to IMDb, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Twisters.
Twisters?
The 2024 reboot.
Okay. That's what I thought.
The OA TV series, and this movie.
Okay, so I think I know who the actor is. Or actress.
I'm also confused by this categorization because
Rated R is still throwing me off.
I don't know if I would personally. Maybe that person is the third build actor. I don't know. The second build actor, you may know from such things as Hustlers, Pimp, Alice, and this film.
What is Alice?
I don't know.
Is that?
It's a movie.
I'm not gonna
with this actor in it.
Yeah, I don't think
fine.
that's the clue that
I feel like I know what Alice is though. And it's like
I have a feeling you don't.
No.
Yeah.
It's about the maid from the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah, it's
the documentary.
Yeah.
The actor is I can't remember what her name is anymore.
Yeah, she's still alive though.
She
was like younger than half.
Did she just die last year?
Oh, did she die? Maybe she
I
did.
think so. I thought she just died.
Another notable actor in this film, you may know from such roles in movies such as The Princess and the Frog.
This is a separate actor.
This is a different actor.
Not the second or third.
Correct.
Okay.
This is just another
don't
notable
know.
actor. This is a notable actor in this movie that you may know from such things as The Princess and the Frog, They Live, Armageddon,
Okay.
and The Thing.
Yeah.
That's easy enough. But...
It is indeed Nope.
I couldn't remember what the fucking title of it was. I was gonna do all three.
Wait, Nope's rated R? I thought it was PG-13.
Nope.
I was gonna do all
and
three
Nope
when I said it, and I couldn't remember the
Oscar
title of it.
nominations at all.
Yeah,
which is
That's-
wild.
No, I
to
knew
me.
that.
that was initially why I had stopped thinking about Nope. Was because you had said no Oscar nominations, and I was like, all right, well, it's not Nope.
And that's why I
People hate
lied.
on Nope.
I had to
at
double
the
check.
time
I
anyways.
remember there being people really upset that it got completely snubbed at the Oscars. That's why I was like, let me just Google and make sure Nope
I figured
actually got snubbed.
cinematography would have got.
Yeah,
least-
right?
Yeah.
I quickly looked. I don't even think it got nominated for Golden Globes, which is again I thought that movie was really good. I'm very confused by
I did
that.
too. I know a lot of people hated it though, like which I don't get, but I feel like because it's more of a people hate on those art house fucking horror movies most of the time. Even if critics like it, usually the audience is like, "There's not enough jump scares in there."
Sorry, all of my tabs are all fucked up from having to.
So Mike just got that.
Mike got that.
Fuck you, Mike. Right?
Should have stayed on my thought process. I literally couldn't remember the name of the movie. I just kept picturing the fucking.
Oh, my brain
angel
did
in
not
my
go. Yeah, I wasn't even going anywhere near horror. I jumped off the horror train after. Wait, the other movie you said. What was the other movie you said? That I'm like, you probably don't know what it is.
Alice. I don't know, it was a Keke
Alice.
Palmer movie. I just assumed that you don't know what it is.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Woody Allen movie, Alice.
That's why I knew you were not thinking of the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I have to look. That's not the movie that. What was the name of that movie?
Movie number 2. Technically 3, but movie number 2. This 2017 PG-13 film clocks in at 2 hours and 32 minutes.
Oof. Sorry, Brendan.
What was the year?
2017.
2017. This film has a 91% tomato meter and a 41% audience score.
Oof. Did you say what it was rated?
PG-13.
It is Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
It is Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
There's nothing more divisive than Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That
That should have been easy. That should have been an easy one.
Yep.
All right.
91-41. What could, okay, yep. That checks out.
Wait, that's 41 that low. Wow. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Listen, the critics got it right. Movie number 3. welcome to Devil Horns. This 2001, I hope you enjoyed your easy one, PG-13 film clocks in at 1 hour and 36 minutes. Now that's a good runtime. That I can get down with.
2001 PG-13, hour and 36.
Hour 36.
Wait, hold on. Before we even go on, where was I? 2001. Okay, got it.
Where were you 2001? Were you at?
Oh, I know what it is.
I was a sophomore in college.
It's
Is it The Devil Wears Prada?
Incorrect.
Is it
that's a good guess.
Disguise?
Incorrect.
What'd you say?
What did he say?
Master of Disguise.
Master of Disguise.
With a budget of 18 million smackaroos, it took in a worldwide $141 million.
How long was the movie?
Hour 36.
Hour 36.
Is the runtime really the thing that's going to get this for you?
I mean,
It tells you what kind of movie it is.
You can rule out dramas and shit like that.
Yeah.
I feel like most
What
of the
kind
time.
of movie is
It's
it,
usually
Todd?
like
What kind of movie?
comedy, probably.
Mike, what kind of movie do you think it is?
It could be
2001,
com-
136.
Did you tell us a
PG-13?
reading?
PG-13.
PG-13. Yeah, action or comedy.
Even action, that's kind of short though. No, it's probably right for action.
I mean, it could be like a rush hour type deal.
It lets us like narrow in.
Okay, all
on,
right, that's
like,
fair. I'm just asking. It's important for me to know how these clues affects you, so I know when to use them.
So he can stop giving us good clues.
No, it's not stop. You have to pulse them correctly. Like again, maybe I shouldn't have given you the Rotten Tomatoes score of Last Jedi right away. I was purposely not going to give you the box office for a while because I figure, a movie that did $1 billion, that pretty much narrows it down. This movie has a tomato meter of 71% and an audience score of 72%.
Oh.
2001.
And some critics, hand in hand, they're like, yeah, this is just above 70.
Judging by the domestic distributor of this film, it's probably on MGM Plus. I don't know if that helps anybody.
I mean, yeah, I was doing it.
But now you know
It's
it's an MGM movie.
MGM Plus is the only streaming service I don't have.
Yeah, primetime subscription.
Let's take a
Primetime subscription.
Let's take a peek here. The third build actor, and I don't know if anyone has picked this up, but I have been, when I do that, saying actor on purpose to not signify if it is.
Yes, we got that.
I can stop doing that if that makes it too confusing.
That's fine.
Okay.
Whatever.
You may, according to IMDb, know the top third build actor from such things as Hellboy and Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
Okay.
And The Sweetest Thing. And Cruel Intentions.
I was just gonna say Cruel Intentions, so thank you for this. What the fuck? All right, I think I know who the person is. That's literally where my brain just went, was Cruel Intentions.
This actress
an underrated
has
movie.
7 award nominations, including
it's an
11
actress?
wins, with one of those wins being an MTV Movie Plus TV Award for 2000 winner Best Kiss.
Oh, that's gonna be Cruel Intentions as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I was on point with where I was.
Let's jump up to the second build actor.
2001.
I'm not going to tell you the actors' movies yet. Let me look at their awards situation here. This second build actor has 7 award nominations. Okay, they must change how they write this now, because it says 13 wins and 7 nominations. So now they must not include in previously doing this, it'll be like there's 100 nominations and 50 wins. Like, in the 50 is part of that 100, so they must now just separate them in their wording, including let's see, what have they won for?
How many times were they nominated?
It says 13 wins and 7 nominations.
So altogether 20 nominations?
If that's how they're wording it now, it seems.
Yeah.
That's not how
it
used to be worded.
Yeah, I'm just doing the math for us.
They have a 2003 nomination for Best On-Screen Team at the MTV Movie Awards.
What year?
2003.
3.
Oh, I think I know what that is too. I'm not gonna say it though.
You may know this second build.
Remember that. Remember that question though. Okay.
you may know this second build actor, according to IMDb, from such films as Bottle Rocket.
Was Old School the movie you were just saying that he won for?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Royal
I knew it. I
Tenenbaums.
fucking knew it.
Okay.
And Idiocracy.
I got 2 of the actors so far.
Yeah, I have 2 of the actors too, but I still can't think of a movie that they're in.
Let's see.
I'm blanking right now. I'm having a hard time.
Let's take a peek here.
Mike, you must have them too, right?
I only have one.
Which one?
Which one do you have?
The male.
Puppy. Yeah, that's easy.
Wait, who's?
Yeah.
Wait,
I think-
who,
Do you want the actress?
I've got Luke Wilson.
No, don't give me the actress. Fuck him.
Don't worry
Why?
about it. Yeah.
Well,
It's
hold
fine.
on.
Why?
That's fine.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
Blair
whoever
and
just. Oh, okay. Did someone say Penelope? Because that's incorrect.
No.
No, we both have. Me and Todd both know who the third.
Okay. Looking at this overview here of the top cast in this film, I don't believe any of the. Oh fuck no! There's at least one actress in the MCU. Let's see.
Old
Let's take a
new
peek.
MCU or old MCU?
2001.
What was the year we said for this movie again? 2003?
2001.
2001.
PG-13.
Let's see.
Hour
This
36.
this lower build actress that is in the MCU appears in such MCU films as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Avengers Endgame, Hawkeye the TV miniseries,
Oh, weird. I have no idea.
Avengers
Wait, no.
Age of Ultron, and I think that's it.
Huh?
Age of Ultron.
What's throwing you off,
Guardians,
Dom? Guardians?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's throwing me
All
off
those-
too. I'm very confused.
All of those are throwing me off. Everything you just said.
you know who it is.
Okay,
The Guardians
so
one
I
is
have-
confusing.
So I have a guess at who it is.
Wait, they're saying the main actor, or like
No,
No, just-
no.
This is just somebody else that's in this
this
movie.
is random,
happens
just
to be-
random MCUs.
Yeah.
But that also doesn't help me any.
Oh.
Let's see. You may know the director of this film, according to IMDb, from such films as The Ugly Truth, Killers, 21, and this film.
Killers, fucking. I feel like I know what Killers is. Fuck.
I feel like I know who the director of
It's
21
Home Alone 3.
Incorrect.
If you got that, I'd be so mad.
Killers is a 2010 PG-13 film starring Katherine Heigl and Ashton Kutcher. Is that what you were thinking of, Todd? No
I
fucking
was
way.
thinking Sigourney Weaver and like someone else, and Ray Liotta.
All right, so now I'm gonna just start putting people in movies
21,
and see if I can make a movie.
21 is a 2008 PG-13
Yeah, 21's the
film
card movie.
that stars Jim Sturgis, Kate Bosworth, and Kevin Spacey.
It's the card
I don't
movie.
even know if
The counting card.
I
thing,
haven't
yeah.
heard of it.
Well, we just told you what it was.
Let's see.
It's about MIT kids.
all these tabs.
Oh, okay, I know what that is then. I never saw it, but I know it. Luke Wilson's son with Blair. I feel like I know something that.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I already told him, I think, didn't we?
Oh,
if
I
you
didn't know.
did, you guys were all talking at the same time.
It's
I didn't
some
know
of
the
them.
name. Okay.
You may know the top billed actress from their roles, garnering them 131 nominations, including 57 wins, one of those being an Oscar.
Wait, really?
Really?
Oscar. Like, I just feel like I don't expect to hear Oscar thrown around that lately.
We don't know who the person is.
Yeah, but it's a fucking 2001 PG-13 fucking movie.
Yeah,
Like,
but the top billed actress has an Oscar.
Yeah. Doesn't mean they got it. They could have got it
Could
after
be a
this
shitty
movie.
movie. Yeah.
They are nominated for 2 Oscars, with one of them being a win.
What was the audience? Do you have that up still?
Audience score?
The critics' audience.
71-72.
So I feel like it's just like an average movie.
Rotten Tomatoes says you may also enjoy Sweet Home Alabama, head over heels.
Legally Blonde?
It is indeed Legally Blonde.
That's fucking Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
And with
now I can put some
so it's Walk the Line, and that's
Walk the Line.
the Oscar,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
And with that, we have another week, which is a three-peat. We're all in the same boat. Mike and Todd tied in second with 20. Dom still in first with 24.
Who is going
to break the cycle?
Who's in Legally
Isn't fucking what's her name?
Reese
The girl
Witherspoon?
from
No,
the girl from
I'm aware that it's Reese Witherspoon.
Isn't Legally Blonde have the girl from the
Victor
fucking
Garber?
Victor Garber.
What's the girl?
Victor Garber, who when he popped up in Sicario, I'm like, where do I know this guy from? He was on Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, he's also on Arrow, isn't he?
The whole Arrowverse thing.
What's the girl from that show that keeps on wins all the awards? It's won like Emmys the last couple of times it's been on.
The school show?
No, not Abbott Elementary. It's like Jennifer Coolidge. She's in Legally Blonde too, right?
She's in Legally Blonde, yeah.
Yeah.
Linda Cardinelli was the MCU actress.
Correct.
The thing that was confusing is she apparently plays a voice in Guardians, which I don't think I was aware of.
She's the otter.
She's the otter.
Yeah. So that's what was confusing to me. I was like, I don't think anyone
It didn't matter. Once you
movie.
told me that you were confused, yeah. Once you told me that you were confused, I knew who it was.
Yeah. So
but it didn't help me. It just
it didn't help. Okay. I mean, if you've seen, I don't know
I
don't know how big her role was in that movie.
Honestly, Sweet Home Alabama was like such a huge fucking help. Was Owen like Luke Wilson in Sweet Home Alabama too, or am I just mistaking?
I have no idea.
No.
But that will do it for this week's episode 422. We appreciate you. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time.